Hey now, everyone. Welcome back to Brand New Take Aim Podcast. Excited to get this show out and excited that I had the guys from Trophyline Tree Saddles with me today. And I'm actually here in Florida on vacation this week with my wife and son, but excited that we got this show out. So thanks to Shawn, Evan, and Nick for joining me today. And if you know anything about saddle hunting, you know Trophyline is one of the names that you have heard about, and Trophyline continues to basically raise the bar, come out with new products that just, blow away some of the competitors in the market space, if you ask me. So, brand new platform called the Wingman, a brand new high-end fanny pack called the Plateau, a new rope system that is lighter and stronger and actually smaller. So, just so many new and great innovative products coming out from Trophyline. Super excited that you guys get all that info today in this podcast. And also, this show was brought to you by the guys at Huntstand. As always, if you had not had the chance yet, make sure to check out Huntstand. But you can save 20% right now and join in to win a complete hunting system from Pnuma if you register and take advantage of that 20% discount through Huntstand. So make sure you all check that out. Enjoy the show. It's a great one. And as always, deer season never ends. We'll see you guys again next week. All right, guys. Welcome back to Brand New Take Aim Podcast. And excited to be back and get a new show out. And excited to talk with Shawn, Ferguson, and crew from Trophyline Saddles. So what's happening, Shawn? And we also have Evan and Nick on the phone with us. So how are you guys doing today?
Good, Brandon. Thanks, man. It's good to be back. It's been a while.
Yeah. That's right, man. It's been a minute, and totally excited to have you back and talk about some new products. I feel like we just kind of said this, but I feel like we just did, a podcast together, but in reality, it was a freaking year ago. And since then, Trophyline's just kind of exploded with, a bunch of new and great products that we didn't get to talk about. So I'm excited to be back with you and kind of, explore some of these new products and see what it can do for us in our mobile setups.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the last time we talked, we had we only had the two saddles, the Ambush Light and the Ambush Pro. Now I think back to it, and we were just launching the Mission. I think we were just launching the Mission platform, or right on the heels of it launching.
Yep.
And you look now. We have a couple saddles, we have a couple platforms, we got a couple sticks, we got packs and bags, and it's been a crazy year. It's growth wise and not slowing down. So it's been fun. Like you said, it's been a blur.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, actually, I think if I remember right, Shawn, it was maybe 2 to 3 weeks later the Mission platform came out. It was right after we did the podcast. So it's great to see all the stuff that's come since.
Absolutely, it's good. It's good. It's because this category is just continue to grow. I think a lot of people were thinking it would be a fad, and I think it was, especially the crew on our team here, we knew it wasn't. I think as more people actually get a chance to whether put their butt in a saddle and climb on a platform, whether it's at one of our shows or presentation, you always see those new people for the first time that kept saying no, the light bulb goes off, and they realize how comfortable it is. And so that's just kind of, it's a big groundswell happening, and continuing to grow. So it's exciting. It's an exciting time.
Yeah, for sure. And, probably Nick and Evan can speak to this too, but it seems like overall, Trophyline and just the saddle community, it seems like I don't remember a time in the industry maybe it's been 10 years or so, maybe since the beginning of the cell cam, but I haven't seen a group of users, meaning us hunters, getting into the mobile setups basically as enthusiastic as they are. And you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems to be people are just very, very passionate about it and just really very into passionate. It, right?
Yeah, it's like a gold rush of ideas and passion for this way of hunting right now. I'm loving it, and it's people getting really innovative. And it's just really nice to see just the excitement for changing up mobile hunting right now.
Yep, I agree. You know what? One thing I think, guys, I want to touch on real quick is just us as bow hunters and deer hunters in general. We love to, pick our gear. It's very custom, and I think the saddle thing just represents that part of that community about being a little bit gear ahead-ish. And these guys, like I've been at some of the shows and heard guys talk. Everybody has their own niche, and like I do this and I do that. I think it's just one of the reasons why saddle hunting is so popular.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so customizable, right? There's a lot of great product on the market, not just from us, but a lot of companies now, and especially on the saddle side, more saddles than anything else. So, that's what's great about it. There's a lot of options for people to choose from, and then, you get a saddle from this guy and a platform from this guy and a set of sticks from this guy. Great. That's what works for you, and that's the way you like it. More power to you. That's what's great about it. There are options out there now too. Kind of going back to that passion side of it. You're discussing. I mean, that's how Nick ended up here at Trophyline. I actually met him right before we launched at the Full Draw Film Festival, and he just actually recognized my hat, and we started talking from there. And he ended up becoming ambassador for us at the beginning, and the more I talked to him, he actually lives here in Pittsburgh, not too far from us, and listened to his background. He's an engineer, and I was like, you got to come over here.
Right.
I could use it. So,
yep.
And so that it built from that passion, and that's what's great about it is everybody that's on the team is they live and breathe that stuff. Everybody might do it a little different, but we're all outdoorsmen, and if we're not cranking away at our job behind a computer, guess where we're at. And even then, with what the business we're in, we get to play and do that on a regular basis anyway, trying out new product and photo shoots and you name it. So, and then Eddie Custer on our team, he's been filming for the outdoor industries for a number of years now for some major networks, and like I said earlier, bringing him on board is just changed the game for us. He makes us look good, and we're just scratching the surface. So I'm excited for the future.
Well, let's get into a little bit here about some of the new stuff Trophyline has. But, Nick, maybe you want to start with, obviously the big thing that seems to be just talked about and shared everywhere on social media is that Wingman Platform. So let's get into that a little bit about the concept design and how guys really should use it.
Yeah, so when Shawn and I first started talking about doing a smaller platform, we actually we had come out with a mission, and right after we completed the mission design, we hopped into the EDP. Right after we completed that design, we're like, okay, what's next? What could we do that is not only more mobile, but faster? So we decided, let's do a stick top platform, but we didn't want to just do a stick top platform that had an angle or a flat. We wanted to make it so that you can still stand up on it, and you have that comfort angle, and it really just felt a little more stable, and we wanted that casting rigidity, right? So we just got to work, and really what we wanted to do is to figure out a design that wasn't super minimalistic, but was small enough that you could just grab it and go. Right after work, you got 2 hours left of sunlight, grab it, toss in the back of the truck, get to the woods, get set up quickly, and you're hunting. And it just took off from there. We just started with a basic angle design, and then just started adding in our TL features, with some of the bumps and shapes on it that make it look like one of our products and give it the feel that it needs to have in the tree.
And then the add to that was, we set a really high bar with the mission and how stable it is, right, on the tree, and no matter what angle. So, when we did that, there's where the standard is now. So going forward, so whether it's EDP or the Wingman, it had to rise to that, if not be better, and stronger. And both of those did, ironically, with when we go through all the third-party testing, and you do all the static tests and things like that, and then you load it to failure. They have both actually outdone the mission side of it from a strength standpoint.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's impressive. I will really say, and you guys probably agree, there's so many things and cool products that come out, but occasionally you see something that you're like, whoa, that's really cool. And that's what I thought, Shawn, exactly when I saw the Wingman. I was like, man, what a cool concept and design, and to put it on a stick, and the whole 9 yards I just thought was brilliant, and such a advantage to somebody wanting to be, starting out as a saddle hunter, or somebody advanced as just an extra tool. And I just thought it was such a great job by you guys. I thought it was such a cool idea. And like I said, when I saw it, I was like, literally, that's one of those products I was like, wow, that's so sweet. So I think you guys hit it out of the park with that.
Yeah, it was funny when we were building it. We're notorious just to kind of hold everything tight until we're absolutely 100% we're launching, and this is the time it's launching, and it's in our warehouse, yada yada. Our good friend Matt Garris over at Out on a Limb, he posted a picture at a show with a product that was very, very similar, and I actually sent him a snapshot, and I sent him a picture of ours, what we had, what we've been working on behind the scenes. And I said, I think you've been hiding in some of our meetings. And we had a good laugh about it, because we literally, very similar items at the same time for a product that's never been out in the market before. So it was cool to see, and we did, like Nick said too, is pure portability, kind of to match up with our sticks. We've been designing this and thinking this way before one sticking has become popular, So a lot of guys are talking about utilizing ours for one sticking, but never had any intentions of that. It was always to be utilized with our sticks. But again, everybody's different. That's why they want to use it. More power to them. That's great. So it has the endless options with the Wingman.
Yeah, there's a lot of features you can do. And speaking of which, Nick, give us a little bit of the insides of what's away and actually functionality of it and how we should use it.
Yeah, so it weighs about 3.5 pounds, and you could use it. The way we're going to sell it is by itself or with a 4-pack of our sticks. So it could be as your 5th stick, but as Shawn said, your system doesn't need to be that way. Me personally, I'll probably have it be my 4th stick and potentially have some 8ers, but there are other guys who may want to keep it as that 5th stick or just do 3. It's really just all about what you want personally. But the nice thing is you don't have to carry a standalone platform. You climb the tree, you set the stick just like you would for any normal climbing stick, but you just climb the top and you're done. So it really just gives you more ability to just change up your system on the fly versus kind of having to dial it in and use that same thing for a while until you see if you actually like it, And for me, it was more about the speed. You can set up so much faster. Like I said, once you set your final stick, which now is your platform, you're done. There's no time setting up, camming down, leveling out any other platform. You set it, forget it, get up in the tree, and you're hunting.
Yeah, that's a huge advantage right there. That's huge.
Yeah.
And, I assume...
as far as space on it, it's about 12 by 8, 12 inches wide, 8 inches from the tree, but it still has a nice top surface. That top surface is about 5 inches off of the tree, so you can still stand up. I have a size 12 boot, and I can still stand up straight on that flat portion, do any adjusting of my gear strap, bow hanger, or mess around with my pack, what have you, and then I can lean back on that angle. It's about 25 degrees. We actually took a long time to decide on that angle, trying to make sure it gave the right amount of comfort and feel as you're leaning, but was not too drastic, so it didn't start to, make the middle of your foot just uncomfortable throughout the day. So it took us, I think the longest thing for us was deciding what that angle should be, but I feel like we hit the nail on the head for it.
Now, that angle, Nick, is that just based off of, like, you guys doing some designs and then field testing?
Yeah, really, it was more about just feeling it out. Yeah, I actually would go out and I'd adjust some pieces of angle iron that I had rigged up and just see what felt comfortable for me and bring that to the table when we came up with the discussion. So, and it turned out well.
You can feel like in the back, you feel almost like the arch of your foot, right? Even a set of boots. Because if you make it too much, then you feel like your toes are off, off the back of the, and if it's not enough, it's, why not just make it flat? So it felt like that 25 degrees, it was like just a perfect amount, where you still have the angle to lean back and have the ability to move around the platform's edge, and then also they'll have the ability to stand up on the flat part if you had to.
Yeah, and the thing for me for keeping it not as steep is, if you had a steeper angle, it wants to keep you pitched away from the tree, right?
Right.
So
okay,
you still have the comfort of that angle back, but you can still have more body control getting back up to standing straight or moving around the tree without being pitched away farther than you might want to be. So it gives you a little bit more body control, I felt like, having that angle.
Yeah, gotcha. I like that idea, like you were saying, Nick, that, you wear a size 12 boot or whatever, and you can still probably grab that angle and ball up on the ball of your toes almost and feel comfortable. And that's really important if and when the situation occurs that, you have to move a little bit upright and it doesn't make you slide back down or anything like that. So I'm glad to see the platform is up top as big as it is to give you that flexibility.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You guys there? Did I lose you for a second?
Yep. Yep.
No.
Nope. We're good.
No.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
So, one thing I want to talk about too, Nick, is basically just a one strap and pull. So, like you're saying about being quick and mobile, you literally loop it around, you pull it, cinch it tight, and you're good to go.
That's correct. Yeah, it cinches just like any of our climbing sticks. So all of us by now should be comfortable with a cam buckle strap. Throw it around the Versa button, crank it tight, pull down, and you're set. And the nice thing is that, this does come standard with the double steps too, so it's really easy to set this incredibly solid. So once you get that bottom set, by pushing down on it physically, you step on the bottom of both double steps, and it seats perfect before you can step up on the platform.
Gotcha.
But, and like Shawn had said, we wanted to make sure that this was as rigid as a stick top platform could be, because we had such a high benchmark to meet with the mission and the EDP. And I think we did a really good job.
Yeah, it looks like an amazing platform, and I just think that's again, going back to the concept and idea of it, man, it's just so sweet being able to grab a stick, which is your platform, and boom, you put it up and you're done. So, and like you said, just being, what it's all about is being versatile, and Shawn, like you said, are perfect. You use what you want, but if you want to use it on your third step, fourth step, fifth step, there's no right or wrong way to do it. Just do what you can to be perfectly set in that tree the right way.
Yep, exactly.
So, I know, Shawn, you had some other products I definitely want to hit on, but you want to go through I know you have a new deluxe fanny pack out. You want to hit on that?
Yeah,
first,
we're actually just, let's talk about that, because that's kind of really good evolution here. We, again, talking about mobility, right? Just being totally mobile. And, last year we launched the case pack, full backpack, 20 pockets, 1,950 inches. You got a pocket for your platform, and you can strap your sticks to the side, and plenty of room for everything else. And it's very successful. It's been doing really well for us. But like myself, I I love backpacks. I've been designing backpacks for a long time now, and but personally, I prefer more of a deluxe fanny pack with shoulder pads, shoulder harness and things like that. So kind of leaving your back exposed, so it's not so hot, right? And so right after we launched Caves, we actually started getting to work on this Flux fanny pack, which is known as the plateau pack, basically a platform tower. Nick came up with that. Coming up with names is always fun. But and the whole design behind that was, again, being mobile, a way to strap your sticks to it, strap the extra set of a jacket to it, and then also has the ability to carry anybody's platform from the tops of your shoulders. And again, everything's silent buckles. We use neoprene sleeves. Those are very anal about noise and things hitting each other. So, it has plenty of pockets. We're actually we're getting ready to launch it on our website, all the specs, but it looks to be somewhere right around 850 inches, which is actually pretty decent size for a deluxe fanny pack. And then has full capabilities of MOLLE accessories on the outside, the waist strap.
Keep it quiet as well with the MOLLE system.
Yeah. And again, kind of fully customizable, right? Anybody can build their where they want. You can add multiple pouches to it, or holster. Some guys may carry, and also is fully adjustable for basically any sternum size, length. So you got multiple straps up and down. So it hits you right where you want it on your hips. Some guys like a little bit higher, some guys like a little bit lower. So you have full adjustability up and down to make sure your shoulder harnesses hit you in the perfect place. And that's launching. We'll actually have it up on the site here in the next day or two, and launching sometime next week. So we're really excited about that. We've been showing it off at some of the shows that we've been doing. There's some pictures floating around. Me personally, it's one of my favorite new items that we come out with this year. So we're looking forward to that one.
And Shawn, that'll be available when?
Right around the first week of August.
Perfect.
We were hoping to, first week of September.
You mean? Okay.
We were shooting for sometime in August, but like everybody else is dealing with delays on everything, from fabric delays to freight delays, you name it. So it's been we're launching it a little later than fully planned to. So.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I like what you said, just to recap a couple items, about it being totally silent, the neoprene, like you said, that just dampens so much sound. And even what you said about just the way, your shoulders, and everybody knows where, you have a pack on, that's where you build heat, and we ultimately end up sweating. So I'm glad you touched on that, just about, relieving some of that temperature off your back, especially when you're carrying something. And, the MOLLE system as well, being able to just customize and keep it quiet, and just functionalities of stuff where you want it. As we all know, that's what's so important about packs and gear like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Nick and Evan just got done filming a video, and he sent me some pictures, and he packed his out totally different than how I packed mine out, so, which was cool to see, because again, it has so many different purposes or options to it that it's really endless on how you strap everything down. Yeah. So, yep. So,
and
we're excited about that.
That was our goal in design, is we wanted to make it so that obviously it was a well-made pack, has a decent amount of storage space internally, but we wanted to provide enough straps so that any user could cinch down whatever they wanted, wherever they wanted. Shawn was carrying his sticks on the top of the fanny. I had my sticks on the bottom of the fanny. It just depends on however you want to do it. Some people might actually strap them to the platform that is attached to the back of our shoulder straps. That works too. It just all depends on what each user wants to do. And the main thing for us when we got into designing the deluxe fanny is, I always saw that as the shoulder straps being a lot of wasted space. So that was really important for us to make sure we had the capability of strapping our platform in that wasted space. So you still have the ventilation, but you're not losing anything. You're getting all the portability of your system still within this pack. And, this isn't just for saddle hunters. Those straps, you can carry a tree stand on this backpack. It's great. So
wow, that's nice.
It can be used for a lot more than just the saddle hunting industry, and that was our goal too. We wanted to make it so that anybody who wants to have a well-made deluxe fanny for mobile hunting can use it.
Absolutely. Oh, that does sound really nice, and I mean that again, just going back to what I know about Trophyline and Shawn and what you guys are all about, it just having that extra versatility in a product, like being able to throw a tree stand on it. I mean, that's what you guys are all about. So that's a super cool feature.
Yep.
So I know we have touched on the Covert Pro saddle, and I want to talk about the new Techrope ropes. And then, Evan, if you could fill us in on what we got going on YouTube, because I like what you guys just said, Nick and Shawn. Sometimes we need to see those packs and we need to see those gears, how guys are using those gears before we can customize it ourselves, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
absolutely. And that's kind of what we did with our Tech Tip series, is to just kind of give insight into, what we do with it, how we use it, let people see the versatility and usability of the product, before they buy it. It's a good way to show it off, and also people who do get the product, give them the resource to know how to use it properly. So that's kind of what we've been doing with our Tech Tip series, is just continuing to show product-specific things as well as general tips and things like that to potentially continue to grow the saddle industry as a whole and get more people saddle hunting and learning more about it. Because that's where it's not that it's taken a long time to grow, but a lot of people don't know about it, and there just aren't resources for it yet, really. That's kind of our main goal, is to just show it off more and be that resource for people to learn more about it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
yep, I couldn't agree more.
If you look, you could, I was going to say, Brandon, if you look, anybody can just kind of Google search something and you're going to find it. But we wanted to make sure, we wanted to have a home for all these tech tips, right? We wanted to kind of make it uniform, and a lot of things that we went through, and really a lot of what our customers ask us all the time. So we just kind of started making a checklist, and anything from basics of saddle hunting to how to tie a certain knot. So the videos are pretty quick, from 30 seconds to 4 or 5 minutes, and kind of everything in between. So that's been going well for us, and I think helping a lot of people. And because I think sometimes all of a sudden they find Trophyline as a whole just when they're doing their search on saddle hunting, and we got lots of phone calls and DMs and text messages about questions. We just sent them a link to our tech tips, and answers a lot of questions, and probably answers a lot more that they had. So it's been a great help.
Yeah, no, I love that, and I love that idea. And like I said, it's so nice. I'm one of those guys that I love to see something visually. I don't, you know what I mean? I can't just read and be like, oh, yeah, that's how I'm going to change my gear. And if I see it, I can then just process it and go like, oh, this is something I could really use. So yeah, I love that. And there's so much stuff like, we're like what we're talking about in this podcast. There's so much stuff you guys just really needed a spot to do that. So I think that's a great idea.
Yep. Yeah. And then that was, big point of bringing Evan on top of just shooting better content, consistently. And so he kind of took a bull by the horns and has started running with it. So it's been great to see.
Exactly. So Evan, give everybody a little bit of rundown. I know it's YouTube, but YouTube, what's the channel they want to subscribe to, and do you have a set schedule, or are you just kind of uploading as you go, so to speak?
So it's just Trophyline on YouTube. And then the series that we were talking about is the Trophyline Tech Tips series. We try to do weekly or bi-weekly posts on that. We don't have a set schedule by any means, but kind of as we find fit, and with the season quickly approaching us and in season in a lot of places now, just trying to do more seasonally relevant things and get people ready for the season.
Exactly. So, Shawn, give me a little bit of info on the new rope system and how you want to use it and what's different from the previous.
Yeah, so we, so our existing ropes that come with our kits are 11 millimeter. We, just like everybody, everybody wants to get lighter, lighter, quicker, more packability, those types of things. So, working with our rope guy, he probably maybe a year and a half ago, we started challenging him, kind of how do we make it lighter? How do we bring a more deluxe version of what we have currently, and make it lighter, make it stronger, things like that. And what come out of that was, lots of testing, and we've actually got a couple videos on our rope test, how we do it. It's pretty cool machinery over in Ohio. But we end up coming out of there what we call Techrope. So it's 8 millimeter rope, well over 8,600 pound brake strength. We do put a sewn eye on there, so we put a 5-inch sewn eye on it, but it's super pliable. So where you can utilize this as a tree tether, or you can also use it as a lineman's rope. You girth hitch it on your lineman loop. That's actually how myself and Nick are utilizing it. So again, it takes your where your 11 millimeter ropes, you have your lineman rope in one pouch and your tree tether in another pouch. With Techrope, you can actually take both ropes and put it in one small stuff pouch.
Okay, that's nice.
So it's a lot lighter. It's actually stronger than our 11 mil. And so it frees everything up, and it's just a little more convenient. So and when you buy that, it comes with a Prusik and a black diamond carabiner, an oval carabiner. But and there's some ascenders that work great on there, including the cone. We'll get down to 8 millimeter ropes and the cone duck. So been working great for us. We've been utilizing it for a few months now. And so looking forward to using it this hunting season coming up.
Yeah, that sounds nice. And I'm sure you probably, Shawn, hear that whisper all the time about, and it probably makes you chuckle at some point because you're like, it has to end somewhere, but how do you keep answering guys that say I want to get lighter and quieter?
Yeah, it's a fine line, right?
Right.
Because our biggest thing is all about safety. I mean, we start there, and it's one thing to get lighter, but if you start to jeopardize safety on it, it's not worth it. So the rope's a good example because you see all kinds of things on social media and what some people are using, where our 8 millimeter gets lighter and smaller, but it actually has a higher brake strength than our 11 millimeter, and that's the thing, the more we spend time with our rope guy and understanding that you just got to be careful on what you're purchasing and from where, and understand what you're buying, because an 8,600-pound brake strength rope, you look at it as 860-pound workable load. So it's at 10%. So if something might sound like a high brake strength, but you use that 10% number to really go, okay, this is really what you should be hanging from, from a weight perspective, or nothing over that. And so I'm not sure a lot of people know that or understand that. So that just kind of goes into everything that we do, not just our rope, but also our platforms and saddles.
Right.
When we're actually Nick and I are part of a saddle committee that's part of TMA, Tree Stands Manufacturer Association, that we've been part of for a couple of years now, and we meet once a month. And there's standards getting built for testing saddles on a universal basis. In fact, we had a big meeting yesterday. So there'll become some type of standard that comes out, sometime down in the near future, very similar to what safety harnesses and tree stands go through right now. So yeah, it's good. It's good for the entire industry.
Yeah, for sure. I'm glad you brought that up, Shawn, and I'm glad that you have continued with that, because I know last time we spoke that you had been part of that committee, and it's good to talk about this stuff because it gives somebody that maybe is on the fence about trying saddle hunting that leverage to go, you know what, I'm ready to do it, because there's not a lot of talk about safety, and not that there isn't, but I think a lot of people just question that and how safe it is. And I know you have just up-teen amounts of customers that don't have issues, but I'm glad to hear you speak about 8,600 pounds, it really means 10% of that. Those are things that give people comfort to want to try and do the system.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's from the safety committee side, it's not just Shawn and Nick, on this, it's made up of all of our competitors. Yeah, the guys from Tether on there, and Latitude, and he's from H2, and a number of others. And it's nice because we're talking through these things, because at the end of the day, it's going to make us all better and everything all safer. Right. And anybody launching something in the future will have to abide by the safety standards in it, and which has been overdue. It's just a long process.
Sure.
It's something you go through ASTM and the governing body. It's just a long process, but it's good. We have an open dialogue, and then we settle on, we all agree on this, and we move on to the next thing and keep going. And but we meet once a month, and probably as we get closer to ATA show, we might probably be meeting a little bit more, and then we'll actually meet at ATA also. So just keep going from there until it's complete. So it's good.
Yeah, that's a good thing. And I'm sure there's things, Shawn, that you have learned or talked about in those meetings that have been just a standard for you guys that, you guys have wanted to share with the industry to make it safer. And I think that just gives, like I said, everybody a level of comfort that, otherwise we wouldn't have, which, kudos to you guys for doing that and be a part of that committee.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I know we have maybe one more thing I wanted to touch on, Shawn, and that was the Covert Pro saddle. I think it's pretty awesome looking in the new mossy oak bottomland. So give me a little bit rundown on that. Any new features on that we need to know about, and how we should use it?
Yeah, absolutely. We in the past we had launched with the Ambush Light and the Ambush Pro, so we gave people a couple different options from the mesh version and the camo version, and we then had launched the Covert Light saddle, which has been very successful for us, and we got a number of requests, DMs, phone calls, you name it, asking if we were going to come out with a camo version of that. And, it was always kind of sitting there for the option, but we figured if enough people asked for it, we would come out with it, and so we decided to. So we kind of got to work, and so same structure, same build as the Covert Light. Now it's in bottomland, so it has a brushed trico. It's actually a windproof fabric, so it's especially northeast up Michigan area, where you get some really cold winters, wind blowing during hunting season. This makes it nice, because it blocks that wind.
Right.
It's super soft and super quiet. So we're actually getting ready to launch this in the next day or so. We put some teaser pics out on social media yesterday, and some more info going up on our website in the next day or two. So we're excited for that. We had really good success when we had the Ambush Pro. A lot of people love the bottomland pattern, including myself. It's my favorite. So we're looking forward to launching that here shortly, and no additional features. The Covert Light works so well for us, and for the price point it's at. We're very conscious when we launch a product. Like the Covert Light or the Pro or any of our platforms, we're just very conscious with the price points where they're at, and making sure that they're affordable to people, and you get a lot of features for your dollar. So we start going down the list of the multiple rows of molly. We give you 2 extra pouches compared to a lot of people. The adjustability to it. Again, there's a lot of value for your dollar, and in the Pro, it's just like the Light. So we're looking forward to launching that here in the next day or so.
Well, that will be nice. By the time this podcast is out, that will be out, about the same time. So It'll be cool that everybody can check that out. And, what a little change from, talking products, but any of the upcoming seasons are you guys excited about? Do you guys have any hunts planned? Did early season velvet whitetail or anything like that? What are you guys excited for coming up for hunting season?
Yeah, I think we're all itching to go shoot something.
Yep. We got about
that time.
3 weeks here, still in PA, before the season kicks off. Kind of an early start in the area that Shawn and I hunt. So I'm itching pretty bad. I'm out there shooting the bow and getting ready, and never too excited in early season to sit out in the heat, but I'm always excited to be out there. So, I'm ready. We got, I myself have a hunt in Kentucky late November, so I'm pretty excited about that. That'll be my first time down there hunting in Kentucky, so I'm really excited to see what that has to hold for me. But in general, I always just can't wait for this time of year, man. I live for it.
Yeah. So when does PA start? So it's sometime like the last week in September then?
So in what's called a special regulations area, so in the greater Pittsburgh area, it's the 18th of September. And the rest of the state starts 2 weeks after that, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's cool. Where are you going to be in Kentucky? What part of the state?
Eastern part of the state.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah.
Well, that should be fun too if you've never been to Kentucky. So, I know they have a healthy deer herd. So, I mean, you should be into some deer, which will be nice.
Yes, I'm stoked for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Shawn, what do you got planned?
A little bit of the same. You got over here in PA, you got a couple spots in Ohio. We'll be bopping over to Kentucky. We picked up a lease in Kentucky, so we'll be heading over there, and then I'm headed down to Tennessee with Unguided Outdoor guys in October also. So I'm super excited to do that with those guys, and then I've never hunted in Tennessee. I visited there before, but never hunted, so I'm looking forward to that.
Me neither.
Something different.
Yeah.
So, and this will be the first year too with before we've all kind of self-filmed, but we'll Evan will be hanging with us and filming, so we're looking forward to that. And yeah. So hopefully he makes us look good, and hopefully the deer read the script. And but I'll be honest with you, I'm just excited to get back out. It's we've all been shooting our bows, and we partnered up with PSE, so everybody's shooting PSE, and I got a new stick bow I've been playing around with. So it's gonna be an exciting season. So looking forward to it.
Heck yeah, that's awesome. Well, I'm excited for the new products to come out, and thank you guys for being on today and kind of explaining some of the new gear. And I just think the past year I've gotten so into the saddle hunting and the mobility of it, and being able to get up and move and change spots, and just everything why everybody talks about it and why they like it. And I can't say enough about the experience I've had so far with my Trophyline products, and Shawn, just appreciate that, and I wish you guys the best of luck this coming season.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks. I appreciate it. Good luck to you too.
Absolutely.
Season will be here before you know it.
Yeah, it will be. And boys and girls, as you know, Shawn just said a bunch of these products will be out here in the next week or two or next month. So make sure to get back with Trophyline, check those out. And Nick, Evan, Shawn, thank you guys. We'll do this again real soon.